Well, if you're in the market for a luxury SUV which offers you the seating capacity of 7 and also offers you 4x4 capabilities, off-road capabilities, then the Jeep Meridian is a perfect car for you. If you want to travel to Leh-Ladakh, if you want to travel for that off-roading adventure, then there's nothing quite good as this car. Now we'll tell you all the positives and the negatives about this car and all the details in a bit, but just have a look at this face. It looks really macho, it looks really bold, and it looks like a typical SUV. You of course get this boxy grille with those 7 Jeep slats. You also get these brilliant looking lamps, and of course this color, this green shade looks really terrific. Lots of chrome, but not too much, because it's balanced out and it caters to the Indian mentality. And of course on the side, if you see the side profile, again you get a very boxy and square shape. It's a really large car, it's a big car, almost 4.8 meters in length, so you can see that. And of course the tires also, these tires play a big role in giving it a very unique personality. Now these tires are running on 18-inch wheels, and they fill out the squared out wheel arches quite well and give this car a very planted and very muscular stance. Anyways, enough about the looks of this car. Let's jump inside and show you what's special about the interiors. My name is Ashish Masih. If you've come to Times Savvy English for the first time, then please do like this channel and subscribe to it. And if you want to watch this video in Hindi, then we've put the link in the box below. Go to our other channel, Times Drive, and check it out in Hindi as well. Let's get started with the Jeep Meridian. Well, so now I'm inside the cabin of the Jeep Meridian, and as you can see, it's exactly like the exterior, which means that it's nice and square and boxy in terms of design. The overall design language really does work very well. You get completely digital dials, and of course you can change the look and feel of them by some degree. So that's also something which is quite good. What you'll also appreciate is the fact that the quality levels inside this car are generally very good, very premium interiors. A lot of soft touch materials on top of the dashboard, on top of the door panels, and of course even over here where you rest your elbow, and even this part where you keep your left elbow. So it's a very nice place to be. The buttons for the AC, all the controls are genuinely nice and soft to operate. You get electric handbrake. You also get different driving modes: sand, snow, and auto. And of course you get the 4-wheel drive in low, so that's also there. You of course also get hill descent assist as well as 4-wheel drive lock, among other things. And really it's a fantastic package in terms of the overall quality. Cruise control is there, automatic headlamps, as well as this huge touchscreen, which really does work very well. It offers you all the menus and sub-menus, easy to understand, easy to navigate through. And of course the front seats are cooled as well on this car. So really you get all the luxury features, all the comfort features, and then some inside the Meridian. This nice soft materials over here work very well along with the stitching, and of course this champagne color also looks very rich and very premium along with the black. So I think Jeep has done a very good job with the interiors of this car. You also get a fantastic sound system. It's an Alpine sound system, and the music quality generally is very good. The bass, the treble, the mid notes, everything is very clear, and the voice separation also is generally good. Seat comfort is quite good as well, although I would have preferred slightly better support for your under thighs, but support for your back is good. And you also get these bolsters, and you also get the soft material along with the leather on these seats. So mix and match on the seats. Very premium, very different from everything out there, and definitely a car which will keep you happy, comfortable, as well as entertained because of that excellent Alpine system. I'll give the front end of this cabin a very good score of 9 out of 10. Now let's jump in the back seat and see how good that is. And before I forget, also remember that you get a huge panoramic sunroof, which now really is becoming the norm rather than an exception. Well, so now I'm in the second row of the Jeep Meridian. Now the good point about this car is that you get very high set seats, and you get a nice 90-degree for the hip and knee angle, which means that even on the longest of long journeys you sit very comfortably. Also the hump in the floor panel isn't too much, so whoever sitting in the middle has decent place to stretch his feet. You get a USB old school and 12-volt charging point, and your own AC vents over here. And the windows are also very big and chunky, so you can get a good view outside. Now these seats are nice in terms of the high set order, so you sit really high up on the ground and you can see what's happening ahead of you, and you can also look down on other vehicles, maybe some hatchbacks, compact SUVs. You can look down on them and tell them that you're in a macho and a real SUV, because this car really is all about realism, and it is a very capable car. It's a wide car, so you can easily have 3 3 headrests as well, and an armrest over here with a couple of beverage holders if you, of course, decide to drive on a long distance journey. Overall, it's a nice place to be in the second row of seats, and I'll give it a decent score of 9 out of 10. Knee room is decent, could have been a little better, but I think it's quite decent. Some people compare this car with the Safari, and the Safari definitely seems to have better comfort as well as better space in the back seat. Anyways, enough about the Safari. Let's talk about the Jeep Meridian today, because that's what we're talking about. Let's show you the last row as well and show you how much space as well as comfort is on offer over there. Well, so now let's jump inside the last row of seats. All you do is just press this button over here, and this seat doubles down very smoothly, very smooth effort. All you need to do is jump inside like this and then get inside the last row of seats. Well, so once you put this seat back in place, you can see that even this side of the seat can be removed. It's a 60-40 division, so your two sides of the seat over here and one of this side can be removed for easy entry and exit. Now, space is the best. It's not the biggest car in terms of space, but I think if you have kids about 4 or 5 years of age, then they should be quite happy in these seats, and they should be more than comfortable for those short distance journeys. About 3 or 4 hours, they'll be happy. But if you're really planning a 12-hour drive, then you'll have to stop every couple of hours, because space in the last row isn't really the best. But on the plus side, you get your own AC vents, which have different blower settings, and they can be operated from here, and you do get a couple of big beverage holders on the sides of each seat. Anyways, now let's check out the boot and then take this car out for a drive. Well, so let's quickly talk about the boot of this car. Now, if you drop the last row of seats down, you can split them and drop them down. You get plenty of place. In fact, you can also use this car as a 6-seater if you don't really want to use a 7-seater. And you have plenty of place to stretch those big bags and those big boxes. In fact, you can even take an air conditioning unit, complete unit, its own housing, its carton, and that can easily be stored away with, of course, the last row down. But if you pull up all the seats over here like this and you put them on their last position and you have somebody sitting over here, then unfortunately there isn't too much space over here. And also, this flooring is very high from the ground. It really is very high, so you really have to put in a lot of effort into it. Your back will definitely hurt, and you can only keep a couple of small bags. So it's ideal to only have 6 occupants in the car and maybe drop the seat down completely and then keep the luggage of all those other people inside this car without any fuss whatsoever. So the boot is an area of compromise inside the Meridian, and that's the case with most 7-seater cars. Anyways, it's enough about the boot, the interiors and stuff. Let's take it out for a drive and tell you how it is to drive. Well, so here I am driving the Jeep Meridian now. Now, the Jeep Meridian comes with a 2-liter diesel engine which makes about 170 bhp, and it comes with a 9-speed gearbox. Yes, it's not a 7-speed or a 6-speed. It is a 9-speed gearbox, and you can shift the gears from here by using the shifter over here and moving it on the left. And I have to say that this is a fantastic gearbox in terms of people who drive a lot on the highway. Yes, people who drive a lot on the highway will really appreciate this gearbox. It's a fantastic gearbox, and the shifts really are very good in terms of the pattern. They go up and down without any fuss whatsoever, and that's something which means that if you drive a lot on the highway, then the cabin feels very quiet, because on the highway the revs, they go up, and this 9-speed gearbox gives great flexibility to the engine. So if you drive in the city, sometimes the engine can become a little loud if you keep it up to 3rd or 4th gear, because this is a slightly louder engine than most CRDIs. But if you take it on the highway and use the 8th and 9th gear, then the cabin feels nice and quiet on most occasions. What you will also really appreciate about this car is the excellent ride. It offers you a very flat ride, and by flat I mean that it just eats up all the badly passed road. It just eats them for breakfast, and nothing is inside the cabin, nothing is felt inside the cabin. So that's also something good. The ride comfort is just brilliant on the Jeep Meridian. What's also nice is the fact that the overall steering wheel feedback is generally very good. Now, it's neither overtly light, neither is it overtly heavy, so you don't really feel like you get tired at the end of a long day. And of course, you also get nice and large mirrors all across. The window area is big, so you get a good view out of it also, and your bottom line is also visible quite easily. So all these things make it a very good car for people to drive themselves. And even if you are someone who drives the car a lot on the highways, even on the hills, you will appreciate this car. What you'll also appreciate is the 4 disc brakes. All wheels get disc brake, and that's all something with which you'll be quite happy, because the braking really is good. As soon as you hit the brake pedal, this car drops the anchor down, and it just comes to a standstill very fast. And what's also really nice about it, along with all this, is the fact that drivability also is generally very good. It's just that the engine tends to be a little loud when you rev it up, and that's something which I think that Jeep engineers should fix. Even though the cabin is very well cocooned, it feels very solid, it feels like a tank, the engine tends to be a little loud, and that's something that maybe they should fix on the Jeep Meridian. What else is there? Well, it's a very well-rounded package. I think in terms of driving, the only negative is that the engine becomes a little loud. But overall, I think if you're in the market for any kind of proper off-roading car in which you can take your entire family, then the Jeep is a good choice for you, and you should definitely keep it in the top of your shortlist. Now, it's time for me to stop the car, and I should give you a definitive verdict. In fact, let me give you a verdict driving this car. And the verdict for me is that even though it is an expensive car, even though it is, a little expensive, and you might say that, you don't really need such an expensive off-roader. If you're a true blue off-roader, if you're a true blue Jeep lover, if you're a true blue SUV lover, then this is a very good car for you. You can take your entire family, you can take your luggage and go on that 4x4 adventure. In this car, you can take it to Leh Ladakh with your family, and this car will easily eat up all those badly passed roads, all those bad surfaces, and all the worst of worst places. So keep this car on the top of your shortlist if you're in the market for a luxury premium SUV in which you can travel with your entire family. Bye for now, and thanks so much for watching this video. And if you want to watch this video in Hindi, you can check out our other channel, Times Drive. The link is in the box below. Thanks guys so much for watching.